Oh my God, I can't believe this is actually happening. All right, Jesse on fire. Now, we just saw the tough premiere last night. We got to see Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler in the debut, and everybody was so fired up. And they're like, it's kind of disappointing. And I would say, of course it's disappointing because you set yourself up that it was going to be some like nuclear explosion with the two of them firing out into the ether and then fighting in the clouds. And it's like, dude, it's just Ultimate Fighter, man. You know what I mean? It's like, you've seen Ultimate Fighter before, right? There's like 30 seasons. So they pick teams, they trained a little bit, you get introduced to the people. It's the first episode. You don't really have anybody you're super emotionally tied to yet. And then there's a fight, and then there's a little squabble. It's like, what did you expect exactly? Because Conor's on there, all of a sudden it's going to be like it's going to be a fight between a Greek god and like it's like a Poseidon versus, the god of the sun. It's ridiculous. Of course it's going to be exactly what it's like. But nonetheless, that doesn't mean it was awesome. It's just the same as it normally is, and a little bit more exciting because Conor's on it, exactly as I expected. Now, the reason we're doing this video, though, is not because of Ultimate Fighter. We are doing this video because Conor has blown up, okay? He blew up. Conor is war. He is warring with people, and not Michael Chandler. He is warring with the people who are running their mouth online. And given that my last video got 50,000 views, I could tell you unequivocally, okay, there is a 75 to 80% chance he saw my video that I did on this also, all right? Now, I did what I'm talking about is people talking about his drug use, okay, or like, hypothesizing on whether or not he's on drugs. So he lit. Now, obviously, I'm not saying he would respond to me if he saw it or not. But what I'm saying is I approach this topic differently than the people who lit him up about it, okay? Because you got three people. I'm going to show you guys three different videos, and we're going to look at why Conor is reacting the way that he is to them. One of them is being really smart. One of them is being very strategic and smart. The other one, so anyway, bottom line is Matt Brown, very smart. If you think Matt Brown is doing this like with no strategy, I don't agree. He's a really sharp guy. I think that what he's doing is he's creating beef and he's putting himself in a good spot so that if Michael Chandler beats Conor, Matt Brown is the one who fights him next, because that would be a perfect fight for Conor in the event that Michael Chandler did beat him. So let me just get that out of the way, right? That's where we're going with Matt Brown. That's the smart person. Then you have a dumb person, which is Mark Coleman. And I'm not saying he's dumb because of what he said to Conor, although I would approach this, it's kind of weird, and I'll show you guys what he said. But he's dumb because he's going to box. He's going to fight in a celebrity boxing match. Dude, all due respect, and I have all the respect in the world for you as an athlete, as a former athlete, as a champion. You need head trauma like you need me to shoot you in the face with a shotgun, okay? That is a horrendous idea for Mark Coleman. And we'll talk about that in a second too. And we'll talk about what he said about Conor. And then you got True Geordie, because True Geordie went hard in the paint on Conor. And, I did a video about this the other day, and the way that I did it was like I'm watching what Geordie watched, and I'm responding, kind of reacting to like, holy shit, dude, Conor really is. He's on a bender, right? He's on a bender. Now, Conor is very pissed at True Geordie, and he put up a response to him that was inflammatory. I don't think those guys are going to have a friendship after this. Now, are you a person who waits to the last minute to get a Father's Day gift like me? And if you are, I am going to solve that for you today with the best Father's Day gift you could ever imagine. And that's coming from Ridge Wallet. Look at that thing, dude. All the big players have the Ridge Wallet. I pulled it out of my man purse. You should get on one of those also. So Ridge is making gifting easy with one of their biggest sales of the year for Father's Day. I have the carbon fiber one. Look at this thing. Those are my cards. This is my real Ridge wallet. This is my cash, son. You can hold up to 12 cards. You got room for cash, and it's still incredibly slim. It comes in over 30 colors and styles, including this carbon fiber one. You got burnt titanium, forged ember, and burnt Damascus. It's designed with RFID blocking materials and protects you from digital pickpockets. And there's an optional AirTag attachment so that you never lose your wallet again. If you're a person who has a bunch of keys, you could get the key case. This thing holds 6 keys, prevents your keys from jingling. This is a Ridge key case, which makes it the best. And you can get up to 30% off when you order both a key case and a Ridge wallet at the same time. You also get a risk-free trial. You could try these for up to 99 days and still get your money back if you don't like them, which is impossible. You're gonna like them. These things come with a lifetime warranty as well, so you don't have to worry about anything ever happening to it because you'll get it instantly replaced. Now, you can find your best Father's Day gift using the link below, and right now you're gonna save up to 40% through June 15th. That's ridge.com/Jesse. Again, ridge.com/Jesse, Jesse. And look, like, if you actually watch how True Geordie handled this situation, I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying that Conor's necessarily seen mine, but if you actually look now, because, and here's why I bring this up, because he lit True Geordie up, right? He did not like True Geordie's video at all. So I was like, all right, and I've learned high probability if I do a video about someone and it gets decent views, they see it, right? This is from history. So I watched it like, okay, if Conor watched my video, what did he see? And I looked at it, I'm like, yeah, I did this very differently than True Geordie, right? True Geordie was nasty. It's also not productive. Mine was not that. And I think it's because I have experience in this world, and so I know how to talk about a thing like this without anyway, whatever. We're gonna get into all of it, right? So let's jump into this, and let's first start by looking. Let's just actually, you know what? We're just gonna go through it like this, okay? So let's rock and roll, and we will, you know, discuss as we go.
So yesterday on Twitter, Conor McGregor posted a voice note trashing the British YouTuber True Geordie. This was in response to the Geordie's recent comments about Conor's latest interview with Ariel Helwani. On his YouTube channel, Geordie reacted to the interview and said that Conor McGregor is not the same person that he used to be. Geordie also said that he believes Conor has an addiction to illegal substances.
I don't know if this is related to his bad leg break or if this is just a slow descent into more and more drug use, because, you know, let's be real, the more you take it, the more you need. And the reality is he's a far cry from the guy who gave this interview.
Sure, you know, it's good to be in this position. I'm very thankful for it. I'm very, you know, I'll make sure to put it to full use.
It's not you.
Okay, first of all, let me just say again, I don't know True Geordie's history at all, okay? But the guy's diesel, you know, he has a fair amount of tattoos, etc. If I was going to eyeball him, I would expect that he would have experience with this kind of thing, right? Like, I would expect that he would have experience with benders and potentially figuring out, like, oh man, am I, you know, like, is what I'm doing, am I partying? Like, is what I'm doing partying, or am I doing something else now? This isn't, you know, maybe I should clean my act up. Because if you had experience with that, you would know that saying that the Conor that did the interview with Ariel, let's assume the worst case scenario, right? Which is almost certainly not the case. But let's say that he's just gacked all day long. He's, you know, like, he's never sober. Impossible. But let's say worst case scenario. And you say it's a far cry from this Conor, right? It's a really far cry from this one. So this is before the Dustin Poirier fight. Is it? Because if you recall, this is the version of him that had been partying his gutsies off, and then he stopped drinking and then did his fight camp and came in for this one. He had been raging before this. Raging. And the reason why this is notable is because the amount of time it takes you to go from to this, right, to where you would come off like this, is like a couple weeks, dude. Seriously, you know, like a couple weeks, and sometimes less. Now, are you going to be in prime fight shape? No. But if you want to know, like, how long it would take Conor if he just abstained from booze and any other thing to where he's in really sharp shape, his brain is firing on all cylinders, he feels really good, he's not thinking about booze anymore, he's not thinking about that other thing. You're talking about like a few weeks, you know? Seriously. You like, everything comes back very quickly as soon as you're like, whoop, I'm done, you know? So, far cry, wrong. That's not accurate, okay? That's not accurate. Let's continue.
Even recognizable to this brilliant speaker of a man. It's not even recognizable, man. It's actually sad, man.
Okay, that's true about not recognizable in that one interview, but it's sad. Like, again, this is my issue with how when I listened to how True Geordie did it in a second time, I'm like, he's acting like this is now the permanent. Like, Conor had one interview where he was blitzed, right? Blitzed, and he's acting like, oh gosh, you know, like it's this poor man, like it's like he could never come back. He's partying, dude. He's partying too much, most likely, but like. This is not perma Conor, dude. He did an interview where he was gacked out of his gourd and probably, you know, boozing and acting really weird. I go and train 3 times a day, but like he probably was. I don't know. I mean, like the whole way this is framed is ridiculous to me now.
It genuinely is. Like we've seen twisted geniuses before. Paul Gascoigne, for example, the footballer. Some of you might not know who he is, but he was a genius footballer who unfortunately had issues with addiction. When you're going on to interviews with DAZN and the like, and you're making a tit out of yourself, that's when those close to you need to step in and say, enough's enough, mate. What the f are you doing? Who's his friends?
Conor McGregor then responded to...
Okay, so that is what he said, and then Conor goes at True Geordie, and then True Geordie also responded back to Conor, and we'll watch that too.
Geordie's comments and posted this voice note on Twitter, which has since been deleted.
Mr. Estrogen, what's happening? Bitch tits. Fat f***ing bitch tits. Who the f*** are you? You little Burns victim looking thing. F*** me, man. Who scalded you with a kettle? You fat f***. You fat nobody. You little feminine pussy of a thing. I f*** pussy, yeah? Keep my name out of your mouth, you stupid c***. Sick of seeing your fat bone face. Scaldy, fat estrogen head. Oh my God, you can't understand what I'm saying, can you not, pal? You've got subtitles under the f***ing thing saying exactly what I'm saying. So what are you saying, you little fat no-name?
So my guess is Conor watched that video of his and then just instantly went on Twitter and responded. That's why he probably took it down. But yeah, I mean, dude, listen, I understand. Like, if I see someone run, if I see someone run their mouth, like it's like Jesse on Fire is a blah 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 video, I just don't watch it because I know I'm going to blow up. You know, it's like, so I just don't watch it. It's like, you know, I mean, if somebody like says a little thing, that's fine. But I can't watch a 10-minute video of someone talking, you know, running their mouth about me because I know I will instantly go and record a video. I'll put it up and then then it's in pen. I can't take it down, whatever. All right. So Mark Coleman, before we get to Mark Coleman, let's talk about Matt Brown real quick. And then we'll get back to the True Geordie response. All right. So Matt Brown said that Conor McGregor is a shell of his former self and he's doing too much yayo, yada, yada, yada. And then Conor responded and called him a heroin addict. And I think that's brilliant only because Matt Brown, I do believe, is in a really good place to potentially fight Conor if he lost to Michael Chandler. That's all. That's all I wanted to say about that. Now I want to talk about this Mark Coleman thing because, dude... Okay, let's just watch this real quick.
UFC Hall of Famer Mark Coleman responds to Conor McGregor's recent challenge to fight Conor in a celebrity boxing.
Okay, I'm gonna just stop it right here, and I'm gonna read this to you just because that whole video is just kind of weird, dude. All right, so Mark Coleman responded to Conor saying that he is, I don't know, like whatever. So this is the gist, though. Rusty as it gets, but in time, it will all come together. The transformation is happening right in front of your eyes. Notorious, and I am the immortal Conor McGregor. I'm 100% serious. Let's go. MMA, I smash you bare knuckle boxing. I slice you boxing. Be interesting pro wrestling. I dominate you easily. You're the GOAT, but I am the original king. People fear me. Then I will show you how I did it, and I can help you recover from your addictions because sober is cool. The only way carnivore diet, 9 ancestral tenets, and Hammer House. Okay, so he's saying like, you know, hey, dude, get on the Liver King thing, and it'll change your life. I don't need to respond to that particularly, but here's what I will say about this, okay? Conor doesn't need anyone's help to get sober, dude. Okay? Seriously. Conor does not need anyone's help to get sober. It's Conor McGregor. Okay? Do you guys understand what that means? Like, seriously. Does anyone understand what that means? It's Conor McGregor. Okay? This is a guy who was on welfare and decided that he wanted to be the double world champion in the UFC, and he did it. He had cameras following him around, okay? What I'm saying is, like, people like him, right? People like him, people who can set a goal and actually do the things that get you there if they are required to have hard days. Like, you know, you got to put one day into another day, into another day, into another day, into another day. You commit yourself to a process, okay? Like, I can put myself in that same category. I can do that. Lots of you can do that. If you are a high belt in jiu-jitsu or in taekwondo or in any other thing that you did as an adult where your parents were not bringing you, where you set your mind, you wanted to be a black belt and you became a black belt, you are one of these people also, okay? A person who has demonstrated that they can set a lofty goal that requires years of dedication and day after day. You don't need Mark Coleman or any other person to help you get sober. You just need to decide that's what you want and you'll do it. Okay? Straight up. Like, that is what it is. If that's what you want, you just do it. Jesse, how do you know? Because I know. You know? Because I know. You just decide that's what you want, and so you do it. You're talking about, a few hard days. You're fine, dude. Like, all Conor needs to do is decide he doesn't want to party anymore, and he won't. Now, does that mean that he will? Who knows? It's up to him, dude. But he doesn't need your help, dude. He doesn't need anyone's help. Conor does not need your help. Conor just needs to decide what he wants, and he'll do it. It's as simple as that, dude. Anywho. Now, also, I just want to reiterate, Mark Coleman talking about fighting is absurd. Okay? And I say this with all the respect in the world for Mark Coleman. I was at Pride Las Vegas when he fought against Fedor, and his little babies came into the ring afterwards who were all upset because he got his face all messed up. I was there. It was an incredible moment. It was an incredible fight. He had an incredible career. But if you look up broken down fighter in the dictionary, there's a picture of Mark Coleman 10 years ago in there. To go in there and take head trauma is insane, is insanity. Now, I know exactly what's driving this for him, okay? I have been in that situation where he lost himself down a bottle of pills or whatever that is. Like, I know what he's feeling. When you come out of that, you're like, oh my God, I forgot who I was. And you're just like, man, I could do anything, son. I could do anything. Okay? I had that like in 2005, when I first, like, whatever. And I literally, there was nothing I couldn't do. Okay? The reality is, I was really young then. Okay? If I did this when I was 60 and I had head trauma through the gills, and one of my training partners is doing life in prison in Mexico because he killed his girlfriend, and he couldn't even remember how to get to the gym because at Hammer House, they were smashing each other's faces, sparring all the time. Dude, you need a sanctioned bout. Like, you need someone to kick you in the balls and then intentionally knock all your teeth out, dude. You do not need it. Like, it's not just you don't need it. Don't do it. Good God. Listen to that. My phone just starts even yelling. That's the Critical Drinker, by the way. Fantastic YouTube channel. Don't do it, dude. That's all I have to say about that. Don't do it. I mean, he's going to do it, but, like, don't do it. And if you honestly think you have a shot at beating Conor, like, come on, dude. Like, come on. Okay, so now we're going to watch the True Geordie response. And it literally came up while I was recording this. And so now we're going to get to see it, too. Boom. First time.
Welcome back to the True Geordie YouTube channel. Today I respond to Conor McGregor.
Hold on.
Oh, you probably heard a little bit about this.
Hold on. Something about the audio is off. I'm going to refresh this. Okay, there we go.
Welcome back to the True Geordie YouTube channel. Today I respond to Conor McGregor. It's funny, isn't it? Now, you probably heard a little bit about this, but let me give you a quick recap. Couple of weekends, stoned. Literally, I'm bigger and stronger than you in every single conceivable way. I've fucked women bigger than you, pal. You see, Conor doesn't know what it's like to shop at big and tall. He has those custom suits fitted just nicely for his tiny little legs, doesn't he? Those skinny,
wait a second,
wittiest trash talker in...
Hold on a second. Is this actually going to... True Geordie's going to be like, I'll smash Conor McGregor? I mean, True Geordie's an enormous human, for the record. He is an enormous, enormous human. I don't know what... I can't... You know, like, honestly, I'm jumping ahead, dude. I'm jumping ahead. Let's see where this goes.
In the game. If this isn't an example of why you should stay off the gear, kids, I don't know what is. The man's brain's gone to mush.
You fat nobody. You little feminine pussy of a thing.
Conor likes to put himself across like he's this big alpha male and he makes everyone...
Oh my God, I can't believe this is actually happening. Okay, so I can tell that the audio is off on mine over here, so I'm not going to make you suffer through looking at his face as the audio is not connected, but you're going to listen to it while I listen to it, and I think looking at my face as I experience for this for the first time is going to be more entertaining than his face anyway, because I'm pretty sure True Geordie is about to try to big league Conor and tell him that he could beat him up, which it is okay. Like, has True Geordie what's his martial arts experience? Let me actually start there. Does he have martial arts experience? If he does, then maybe I take this back. If he doesn't, dude, you don't want it. You do not want... You will never get near Conor. You will never get anywhere near him. You will walk forward. I can't. Okay, hang on. Let's just actually listen to this.
Feel feminine. Bro, what are you? 5'8", 11 stone? I'm 6'4" and 21 stone. Literally, I'm bigger and stronger than you in every single conceivable way. I've fucked women bigger than you, pal. You see, Conor doesn't know what it's like to shop at big and tall. He has those custom suits fitted just nicely for his tiny little legs, doesn't he? Those skinny little brittle legs that snap like twigs.
Why fuck pussy, yeah? Keep my name out of your mouth, you stupid cunt.
How could we...
Okay, by the way, True Geordie, I just looked this up. He's 294. That is an enormous human, for the record. That is an enormous human. But again, I will reiterate, okay? As a person who trains jiu-jitsu every single day, okay, with people that are enormous, and I'm just talking about jits, right? I'm just talking about jiu-jitsu. If you are untrained, I'm just saying, I don't know what True Geordie's background is in martial arts, but if he is just a huge dude that has not, you know, trained a lot, the idea that that size is going to lead to you winning is not accurate, dude. Like, it's not accurate at all. You visualize yourself grabbing him or something, and then what, you know, like, this is like, that's not how this would play out. I can't stress that enough. Again, this is based on whether or not I don't know what his martial arts experience is, so I'm not saying, like, but...
We'll forget this.
Oh, wow.
If this doesn't say you've got a problem, pal, I don't know what does, because how fucking wrecked were you?
Sick of seeing your fat bone face, scaldy, fat estrogen head.
Estrogen? It's funny because you always find that what you're really thinking about will come out a lot of the time in videos where people make them ranting like this. And since Conor left the UFC testing pool, hormones have really been on the brain. Can't think why though. Did you need testosterone? Did you, Conor, to help your little brittle bones heal up, did you?
This is brilliant, by the way. I just realized this is brilliant. True Geordie is going to try to bait Conor into a war, and that's very smart. Beef is good. Beef is good. As long as he knows you can't win in a fight. You cannot win in a fight against Conor, dude.
Oh my God, you can't understand what I'm saying, can you not, pal? You've got subtitles under the fucking thing saying exactly what I'm saying. So what are you saying?
You have to laugh because I'm listening to this thinking, at no point did he say, I'm not on drugs.
That is true, and I noticed that too. He did, yeah. He didn't refute his. I mean, well, obviously, like, you know, like True Geordie. The difference between what I said and what True Geordie said is True Geordie was like, it's pathetic. He's not like, this is sad, whatever. I just said the guy's on a bender, right? So like I made it, like I'm just saying that, and I'm not saying like I'm just saying like there is a difference between what I said in my video versus what True Geordie did. I'm making an observation, which is obviously Conor is on a bender right there. That's what a bender face looks like. Okay. And then I said, like, I know because I've been on a bender before. Okay. I'm not judging him. I'm just saying you got a big fight coming up, dude. Versus like, this is a pathetic version of a blah, 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 blah. Like, I know why Conor's mad. And now Geordie is leaning into this and he's trying to turn it into a war.
That is the first thing. Like, if you have a problem with what I'm saying, which is that I'm worried that he's on drugs and he's going downhill rapidly, then just simply go, mate, don't worry about it. I'm not on drugs. It's fine. But at no point does he say that. I wonder why. And as it happens, I'm not the only one to have expressed concerns for Conor McGregor. It's literally in the Daily Mirror here. Conor McGregor fans expressed concern for UFC start after Monaco Grand Prix. This is off the back of all those talking shit about you. If he was completely wrong, no. You would laugh it off, go about your day. He hasn't got a clue what he's talking about. Why would you respond if I was completely wrong? The man is completely showing his arse here. I've clearly touched a nerve, and I'm clearly right. Even if I am right, you should be so happy within your life having all of those things that what I say would never trigger you.
I mean, all Conor did is just go on and say, keep my name out of your mouth. He did like a 30-second voice response on Twitter. It's not like, you know, like, give me a break, dude. Come on. True Geordie. See, if you saw someone do your video about you, like, you wouldn't be like, fuck you. Come on, dude. Come on. Of course you would. It's Conor, dude. He threw a dolly through a window.
To be that angry, that frustrated. And the reality is, this is a classic case of you can have everything, but it doesn't make you happy, which is why he's constantly on the gear. And a lot of people have played this off like, oh, he just likes a good time. It's just a one-off. If that was the case, I would never have made a video about it.
No, okay. So both of the things that he just said are true, because this is just like, this is turning into a different kind of video. But bottom line is, the money doesn't make you happy thing is true. Now, lack of money will make you unhappy, but money does not make you happy on its own, right? What makes you happy is having people around you that you love and using that money to get to go do cool things. But the idea that, and Conor likes to have a good time, dude. He does. But what ends up happening, I can't stress this enough. The reason why, this is my guess, and I am definitely 100% projecting myself onto this, all right, is you're partying, you're having a good time, and you like to party like that. Then all of a sudden it's the next day, you're still in Monaco or you're still wherever. And you're like, all right, well, my body says I should just go die, but I'm not going to do that. So there's only one way to still have a good time today. And it's more of that. And so you do more of that. And then the third day, it's like, oh my God, I should die. It's like, no, you can't, dude. You're still partying. And then it's just like a compounding party. It's a very different thing than people who are like, oh my God, I'm going to work. It's a completely different thing. It's a compounding party thing. That's for sure what is going on with Conor. I would bet my life on that. Jesse, how do you know? I just told you, dude. I just told you. I've got a lot of life under my belt, dude. Okay? I don't judge people because I would be judging myself very harshly. Let's continue this.
We've always known Conor McGregor likes a bit of this and that, and he has a good time. But that's not what this is now, man. In the interview that I was talking about, it was like 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and he was talking like this.
I'm the creator. I'm the creator.
He's told you. I didn't even know it was 12 in the afternoon. Bender. I am a brilliant genius. Not really. But I can recognize a bender when I see one. And that's noon. That's because he did not sleep the night before. Okay? That is what that is. If it's noon, he didn't sleep the night before. He was going all night. All of a sudden, holy shit, it's 8:30. I have an interview at noon. More. And by noon, you sound like that, dude. Okay? You sound like that. Ba 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 boo bee boo ba 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 boo boo boo. That's what it was. Bender.
He's talking like that early on in the day. This isn't a man who's just gone out on a night out with the lads and celebrating something. This is a man who's been on it from get-go. He has his Kellogg's and his cocaine.
Wrong. It is that he went out the night before and then he didn't sleep. He just didn't stop him. So anyone who actually has done this shit, one of the main reasons I hate that stuff and never do it, okay? I never do that stuff. Never. Even if I had it and like what, there's just no, like, I won't do it. It's because you can't stop doing it, okay? I hate that stuff. You can't stop doing it. You start, you're just going to keep on doing it, dude. And then the end result is always that, at least for me, dude. It was always that. I'm a compulsive lunatic. So, like, once I start, I'm going to be up at 11 a.m. the next day, just like, blah, 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 blah. And then I feel like I'm going to die for 3 days. Like, I hate that stuff, man. That is why I honestly don't even remember the last time I did it. Probably 16 years ago or something. That's probably not accurate, but honestly, I have no idea. And it's because I always ended up looking like that every single time. I hate it. I hate it. But that's what you are looking at. He's been up all night doing about, oh my God, I've been talking for 30 minutes. All right, there's enough. Enough. You guys can go watch True Geordie's video. Love you guys. Peace.